137.229. Right, okay. So in the last class, we discussed about server roles, right? So how many server roles are there, guys? How many server roles are there?
8 are there.
Okay, 8 plus 1. Okay, so total 8 plus 1 server roles are there. 8 are fixed server roles. Okay, so remaining one, that is public, not a fixed server role. Fixed server role is nothing but the permissions are fixed. Okay, whatever permissions are there to that particular role, those permissions are fixed. We cannot add extra permissions, or we cannot remove the existing permissions. The permissions are fixed, so that's why we'll call them as fixed server role. Like we have bulk admin, DB creator, disk admin, process admin, security admin, setup admin, server admin, sysadmin. Okay, so these are all the server roles, guys. So I guess I gave you an assignment, right? So anyone tried that one? What is the assignment, guys? What is the assignment I gave you? Anyone remember that assignment at least?
Yes,
This
yes.
implementation can be killed or not.
Can a process admin kill sysadmin session or not? What is the answer? No one tried, huh? That is not even 5 minutes also. It don't take even 5 minutes also. 1 minute, just 1 minute to create the login, 10 seconds, and give access process admin 5 seconds. Opening sessions, one admin session, one process admin session, say sysadmin session, process admin session, 10 seconds, and running kill query, 10 seconds. Within minute, 1 minute, we can complete this. If your machines are ready. Chalo, what I can say. Okay, fine. So I don't tell the answer. You please check and let me know the answer. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So we have, like yesterday, we also discussed about the security admin. So that's where we left it. So security admin, what security admin can do? Security admin is responsible to create the new logins, and he can delete the existing logins, and he can reset the passwords of the existing logins. So related to security, he can do all these things. Around the 16 permissions are there, I guess, but no need to remember all the permissions, guys. At least main. DB creator means he can create the database, he can drop the database like that. And bulk admin means bulk insert operations. And what else we have? Process admin means he can view all the processes, and he can kill the processes and all. And we have also discussed what and all precautions you have to take before killing any session. Okay, you have to take the approvals from the users. Okay, so if they approved, then only you are good to kill the sessions. So that's also we discussed. Security admin we discussed. So setup admin, server admin, sysadmin. Nothing great. Okay, so setup admin generally we don't use it. Like setup admin is for setting up the linked servers kind of thing. Okay, and server admin, there is an important permission in the server admin which is shut down the SQL server. I'll show you that as well. So sysadmin means right? Sysadmin can do anything in the server level. Sysadmin is the highest privileged permission, okay, in the SQL server. Again, in the interview, they will ask you what is the highest level of permission in the SQL server. So sysadmin is the highest privileged permission in the SQL server, guys. Sysadmin is the highest privileged permission in the SQL server. So that is the highest one. Okay, there is no other permissions other than sysadmin. Sysadmin can do anything, guys. Sysadmin can do anything. No one can block the sysadmin. Again, no one can block the sysadmin. Sysadmin can do anything in the SQL server level, on the whole server level. Okay. Right. Sysadmin can do anything, guys. Okay. So let me, yeah. Recover selected means last time I just closed it unexpectedly, I closed the machine. So there are some query windows and all. So if I select recover selected and all, so automatically whatever sessions opened yesterday with the queries, everything it will be opened. Okay. And while closing this SSMS, you will get a yes or no. Yes or no means, okay, simply it is asking whether to save the scripts or not. Okay. If you are not interested to save the scripts, you can just click no and you can close the SSMS, guys. Okay. So what is the query we'll use to see the permissions of a role? What is the query we will use to see all the permissions of a role, server role? Tell me, guys. What is the query?
XP underscore login info
XP underscore login info na.
and group name.
Login info comma group name. Okay, very good. You are mixing everything. Nice.
SP underscore SRV role.
Hmm.
From
SP underscore SRV role permission. Okay, SP underscore SRV role permission. The one you said, someone said XP underscore login info. That is different. That will help you to see the role members. Okay, XP underscore login info, role name and group name, comma members. That is different. Okay, that command will use to see the members of any group, domain group. Okay, so
You got it.
SP underscore SRV role permission is different. SP underscore SRV role permission, comma group name. SP underscore SRV role permission, comma group name is different, which will help you to see the permissions of a particular role. Okay. So that is the query, guys. SP underscore SRV role permission. Without giving any spaces, you have to run that query. Okay. Without giving any spaces, you have to run that query. So in case if you see here SP underscore SRV role permission, this is showing a brown color, right? If it is wrong, for example, if I added one extra S here, it was changed to black color. Black color means it's wrong. Okay. So it should be brown color, right? So this is not the correct one. So you have to remove this. So like this, you can see. This is different. Okay. XP underscore login info, the group name, comma. I gave you one more assignment, I guess, right? What is the assignment, guys? What is the assignment I gave you last time? At least tell me what assignment I gave you. I know that you people didn't check. At least tell me what assignment I just want to check whether you remember that assignment or not. Two assignments I gave you. One is whether a process admin can kill sysadmin session or not. Second one is, what is the second one?
find the group.
What is the second one? At least, tell me. You can see the question on the screen itself. Based on that only, I gave you an assignment. I'm selecting this query, okay? So based on this only, I gave you an assignment. What is that assignment? Very good. fine, no problem. Recordings will be available, okay? So you can go and check the recordings. Yes. Why I have to take strain unnecessarily? If you people are not putting any efforts. Fine, no issues, okay? So that's fine. Right, so last time we discussed about the security admin. Security admin is mainly responsible for creating new logins, okay, and deleting the existing logins, reset the passwords, change the passwords of existing logins and all. So I have one more quick question, guess it. So can a security admin delete sysadmin login or not? Guess it at least. A security admin can delete the logins, right? Generally, security admin can see all the logins list. First thing, security admin can delete the existing logins, can create new logins, can reset the passwords of the other logins. So now my question is, can a security admin delete sysadmin login or not? Guess it, guys. Can a security admin see? At least you can guess, guys. Open your mouth and tell me yes or no.
No. I think
And
no.
you should not be able to delete sysadmin login.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So he cannot able to delete sysadmin login. Okay, fine. Now, let me connect as, okay, SQL Windows authentication. Yeah, let me connect as Peter. SQL Server authentication and Peter. Okay, Peter, 1, 2, 3, no. Right, okay. So now I guess Peter, what kind of permissions he is having, guys? Now I guess Peter is a member of security admin, I guess, server roles. Okay, yeah, Peter is a member of security admin. So now I just want to show you, so Peter can see other logins. So let me do one thing. Let me create one login. Guys, my request is while practicing, okay, create different logins. Don't practice with main logins and all. Okay, why? Because now I am going to delete the existing login. Suddenly, if you are practicing with a single login, if you deleted the existing login, then it will create a lot of mess while connecting second time or while connecting the next time. So create the new logins and try to practice with that. Okay, at least make sure one login is there, one permanent login is there. Okay, otherwise what happened? Now I'm going to check whether sysadmin is working or not. I can delete the sysadmin login now. So if you have only one login, if you deleted the sysadmin login, then again it will create a lot of problems while connecting to the SQL server. Okay. So what we can do, let's create one more login. And you people also try to create more logins and practice with the new logins only, guys. Don't practice with the existing logins. Okay. So now I'm creating one login. Okay. So what is the login name? What we can give? Let me go with Anita. Okay. So Anita is the first person in this. Okay. List. Anita. Okay. And then I'm going to give 123 password, tab 123 password. Okay. Don't uncheck this. Just to give you the weak password, I'm unchecking this. In the organization, you have to give the strong password. Yesterday, I asked you this question also. What we have to do in case if we want to give weak password, 123 is very weak password. Everyone can guess it. Okay. So if you check it, it don't allow you. It will throw the error. Password did not match. See, password validation failed. The password does not meet the operating system policy requirements because it is not complex enough. Okay, so if this enforce password policy means you have to follow the password policy. What is the password policy? Minimum 8, one caps, one small, one number, one special character like that. So I am unchecking this one so that it is not going to, okay, what I can say, it's not going to enforce the password policy. So it will take whatever password you are giving, okay. So in the organization, you don't uncheck this, guys. Okay, while practicing, who will give big password, and again, it's difficult to remember the password, right? So that's why I'm giving 123 password. Okay. So now server roles, I'm just giving sysadmin access to this Anita. Okay. Click OK. So now Anita login is created with sysadmin permissions. So Peter is a security admin, Anita is a sysadmin. Okay, Peter is a security admin, Anita is a sysadmin. So if you see, this is Peter session. Okay, Peter, you can see the login here, Peter. So now go to security, go to logins. Okay, where is Anita? Yeah, you can see Anita here. So what is our exercise, guys? Whether Peter is a security admin, can delete Anita or not, right? This is what our assignment, right? Let's try. Right click, delete the login. Okay, and click OK. Click. It is saying, I'll tell you. This is like while deleting the logins, I'll tell you. You'll get one warning message. Okay, just click OK. So now see. So now tell me, guys, what is the answer? A security admin can delete the sysadmin login or
Yes.
not?
Yes.
Tell me, guys, a security admin can delete sysadmin login or not? Okay.
Yes.
So the answer is yes, he can delete sysadmin login. Okay, he can delete sysadmin login also. Okay, so that's how it is going to work, guys. Okay, fine. So that is all about your security admin. After security admin, we have another role, security and login server admin. Okay, server admin. So let's check the permissions of the server admin, guys. So I'm going to delete this and server admin. Okay, right, and execute. So there are like 7 permissions are there. Of course, you know this, right? If you are a member of server admin, you can add another member to the server admin role. Okay. So, and he can like DBCC pre proc catch. These are all different queries that we will use in future. I'll tell you. So we have reconfigure, shutdown, sp underscore configure. So there is another way to change the server level settings, guys. So another way to change the server level settings. Generally, if I want to change any settings, okay, we are going to like change the settings like this. Okay, let's go to memory and we are going to set up the memory. I'll tell you what should be the maximum memory and all. I'm just explaining how to change the server level settings. GUI means you can change like this. Okay, if GUI settings you are trying to change, you can change like this. Okay, so processors and security, okay, authentication and connections and database settings, maximum connection settings allowed. So allow remote connections and all. This is like a GUI way of changing server level configuration settings. What is the query to change the server level configuration settings, guys? So we have a query called sp underscore configure. See, you can see here, right? sp underscore configure. sp underscore configure is a stored procedure that we are going to use to change the server level settings. Okay, if you see here, all text, you can see 25 rows. See, these are all server level settings. Like the way that you change it now, this is GUI. If you want to change it through server level, this is what you have to do. Okay. Currently, the minimum level, minimum means what is the minimum? Minimum is nothing but if the settings wants to disabled, that is the minimum value you have to give. Say for example, let's go with like this. Okay. 1 minute. Let me check. These are all new servers. Yeah. If you see this remote access, okay. If you see this remote access, the minimum level is 0. If you set minimum level, remote access don't work. The maximum level is 1. If you want to like enable the remote access, you have to set the value as 1. The configuration value is 1. Currently, it was configured with 1. And run value, see configuration value, run value. What is the difference between configuration value and run value, guys? It's just configured, but it's not running. See, for example, if you do any changes, generally, some kind of changes when you do, you have to restart the SQL server. If you don't restart it, the new change won't be applied, right? So that means till restart, it is just configured. Okay, when you restart, it will be applied, right? That means that is the running value. Current present value is 1. Means if the setting is enabled and it is already running, the value would be 1. If just enabled but not applied, okay, it's just configured but it's not applied. As of now, it is not taking effect. So that is the configuration value. Configuration value is different. Run value is different. Run value means, say for example, now see here. Let me go to properties. Let me go to connections. See, as of now, allow remote connections is there, right? I'm going to uncheck this one. I'm going to see, if you see here, configured value, running values. Okay. If I click OK, see now, if you see here, remote access, current run value is showing as 1, right? Remember this value. Again, I'm going to run this query. Okay. And if you see now, remote access, what it is showing? What it is showing, guys? Configuration value is 0, but still it is running only. Why? I have to restart the SQL server. When I restart the SQL server, the running value will be changed, guys. Okay. Configuration value means the setting that you just changed it. Run value means it will take effect when you restart the SQL server or when you do some actions and all. So that is the difference between configuration value and run value. So again, if I want to enable, how to enable this? See, now it's disabled, right? I'll show you how to enable this. Sometimes we'll use this query. Okay. So generally, GUI mode, you can enable this. If you click OK, it will be enabled. But query level, see here, configured value is showing disabled, right? And if you select running value, it's showing enabled. See, it's showing enabled. A grayed out button is there. Okay. So now if you want to completely disable, you have to restart the SQL server. So now I'll show you how to enable this through query, how to enable the remote settings, remote access through query. Okay. So sp_configure, take the settings, paste it here, Control V. You have to give it in single quotes. Okay. Remote access, comma. What is the running value, guys? What is the running value? 1.
1.
Right? The running value is 1. So if you just execute this, okay, execute it, so it will be enabled. Okay. So now see, configuration option, remote access change from 0 to 1. If I want to apply this, I have to run a reconfigure. Okay. What is this, guys? A reconfigure. So if I want to apply this, I have to run reconfigure. Now if I execute this query, now you can see both running value and configuration value is same. And again, if you see here, properties, you can see, okay, connections, see, allow remote connections is enabled. Okay, so this is like a small setting, guys. Okay, so this is how generally we will use sp_configure, just to show you what is the use of sp_configure. Sometimes in the organization, we will use sp_configure. Some of the settings we can change it using GUI, but some of them we can change it using sp_configure option only. So if you want to change the settings using sp_configure, so this is the way to enable the settings. And whenever you enable the settings or disable the settings, whatever it is, I want to disable it. Tell me the query to disable the remote access, guys. Tell me the query to disable remote access.
1 should be 0, then reconfigure.
Very good, very good. It should be, what is the minimum value? What is the disabled value? 0. Okay. So it should be 0. And once I just make it as 0, it don't immediately apply. I have to run reconfigure. Whenever you run sp_configure, you always has to run reconfigure. Otherwise, there is no use of running sp_configure. Okay. Reconfigure is a kind of a restart. I'm not saying it's a restart button. No. Like to enable some settings, how we have to restart in the same way, when you enable the settings through sp_configure, if you run reconfigure, then only the settings will be applied, whether it is disabled or enabled. Whatever you are doing, you have to reconfigure, guys. Then only the new settings will be applied. Okay.
Sir, if we change in GUI, then we have to restart
If you change
in the GUI method.
0
Here you are like GUI.
GUI.
I mean,
What does
reconfigure is not possible in GUI mode. That's why we are
Correct.
using the query to
Correct.
reconfigure.
Correct. That's what you cannot understand like that. See, restart is a one kind of option to apply the settings, but for every setting, no need to restart, right? Correct?
Okay.
Yeah. In the same way, a reconfigure is a kind of a restart. That is the command you have to give to apply the new settings. Okay, I'm not saying if you restart it through GUI, you have to restart, Okay. Otherwise, if you just change the settings through SP configure, no need to restart. Not like that. It's a kind of a restart. How restart will take effect to apply the new changes. In the same way, reconfigure will take effect to apply the new changes. That's what I want to say. Okay. Yeah. So like this, actually, you can see only 25 settings. Actually, we have hundreds means I guess more than 100 settings or more than 50 settings are there. I am not sure the number will be changed version to version, the settings. So I want to see other settings also. I cannot see other settings. I can see only 25 settings right now. 25 rows means 25 settings. So I want to see advanced settings also. So for that also there is a query, guys. Yeah, show advanced options. Okay. I cannot see as of now. It is run value is 0. 0 means what, guys? Currently it is disabled. So I have to enable this. Can you tell me the query to enable this? Can you tell me the query to enable this setting?
SP_configure
Hmm.
Single
done.
quote, show advanced option.
Very good. Okay, SP_configure, show advanced option, then
One.
one. Okay, so right, very good. Okay, all text. See now it was changed, right? So now if you run it, I am not going to run reconfigure now. See, I'll show you the example. If I run again, I can see only 25 settings. Why? Because even though it's enabled, it's not yet applied. Currently, it was just configured, but it is not running with that value. If I want to enable for run also, what I have to do?
Reconfigure.
Reconfigure. If you reconfigure, then again, if you run it, then you can see all the advanced options. See, 83 settings are there. 83 settings are there. So even though you just executed this query, the configuration value will be changed, but the run value won't be changed. To change the run value, you have to run this reconfigure. Then only the settings will be applied permanently. Okay? Clear, guys? Server level settings, this is how we are going to change it using query. Someone enable the video. Please stop the video, guys. I guess Shanwar, yeah.
So these 83 value also we can change.
Everything you can change. Whatever you want, you can change it.
For every option, after enabling, it will give some extra option.
Every option.
For every option, if we enable this, then it will add some extra options, extra rows.
Not every option, Vibhuti. So to enable, to see all the settings, you have to enable show advanced option. See, normally when you open your phone, you can see normal settings and all. And again, there itself, it will ask you advanced options. If you click on that, you can see some other extra settings, right? So this is the same. Normal, if you run SP_configure, you can see 25 settings only. But if you enable advanced options, you can see more settings. It's not like if I enable nested triggers, again I can see some extra options and all. Not like that. The name itself is clearly saying show advanced options. That means it is going to show you extra settings and all. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Right. So that is all about your server admin. Server admin, and one more thing with the server admin is it can shut down the SQL server. Okay. So server admin, the main important permissions of server admin is it can shut down the SQL server. It can change. It can see the members of server admin can see the server level settings, and they can change the server level settings, and they can reconfigure the server level settings. So this is the value. This is the meaning of SP configure, reconfigure. Shutdown means, you know, right? To shut down the SQL server, we have a query. What is the query? Can anyone tell me what is the query to shut down the SQL server? What is the query to shut down the SQL server, guys? You can shut down SQL server in many ways. Services.msc you can shut down. Configuration manager you can shut down. Command prompt you can shut down. And there is a query also to shut down the SQL server. So what is the query? Query is just shut down. Okay, just shut down. If you run this query, SQL server will shut down, guys, automatically. Okay, if you run this query, SQL server will be down. So if you are a member of server admin, if anyone is member of server admin, they can shut down the SQL server also. Very dangerous role, guys. Okay, server admin is very dangerous. So generally we don't give, and no users will ask to give server admin and all. So, but again, okay, while giving the permissions, you should be very careful. Yesterday we discussed the process of giving permissions, how to give the permissions and all, what kind of precautions you have to take, what kind of protocols you have to follow. So you have to be very careful while giving permissions, even though those are read permissions or whatever it is. You have to be very careful, okay, while giving the permissions and all, guys. Okay, chalo. Fine. So we have setup admin. Okay, so let me show you setup admin as well. These roles and all we don't use it, guys, as discussed last time. Okay, we'll use only sysadmin mostly. So like add member to setup admin, and he can create linked servers and all. Linked servers means, okay, it's an object that will help you to create a link between two RDBMS softwares. You can link two SQL servers. You can link Oracle and SQL Server, so that you can integrate the data. You can integrate the data, okay, between two RDBMS softwares, okay, using this linked servers, guys. So a member of setup admin can create linked servers, can drop the linked servers and all, guys. Okay, so that's it. I don't see more options for the setup admin. We don't use this as well. So last one is sysadmin. So let's see what kind of permissions will be there to sysadmin. Okay, whatever permissions are there for each role, bulk admin have some permissions, DB creator have some permissions, disk admin have some permissions, process admin, security admin, server admin, setup admin, whatever permissions are there. Okay, so all together you can see in the sysadmin. See, extended procedure. You can add members to, if you are a member of sysadmin, you can add anyone to bulk admin, you can add anyone to DB creator, disk admin, process admin. If you see here, this is the permission of bulk admin. If you see here, this is the permission of DB creator. This is the permission of disk admin. Then process admin, security admin, server admin, setup admin. Okay. So if you are a member of sysadmin, you can give sysadmin permissions to others also. Sysadmin is the highest privileged permission in the SQL Server. No one can block the sysadmin, guys. No one can block the sysadmin. Okay, sysadmin is a kind of a king in the SQL Server level, guys. No one can block the sysadmin. Remember this. Again, I'll ask you a question. So no one can block the sysadmin, guys. Sysadmin is the highest privileged permission in the SQL Server. This is the interview question also. What is the maximum permission in the SQL Server, or maximum server level permission in the SQL Server? That is sysadmin, guys. So you can see around 121 permissions are there. So you can see whatever things we discussed till now, everything you can see here, guys. So everything, all the permissions you can see here. So a member of sysadmin can do anything. Generally, if you ask me, other than DBS, anyone will get sysadmin permissions in the organization? Yes, there is a chance. Sometimes developers, managers will ask us to give sysadmins and all. So again, you should have proper approval. If we have proper approvals and all, then okay, we can give sysadmin permissions also. So this is how generally sysadmin will work, guys. Sysadmin, if you want to give sysadmin access to anyone, so double click on the login, okay, and go to server roles and select sysadmin and click OK. So sometimes you can see like this, guys. So now is this correct? Now the thing that you can see on the screen, is this correct? If you see the permissions like this, tell me what is the problem with this. First of all, is this the correct way of giving permissions? Click OK. And again, I'm going to open this and again server roles. Now tell me, guys, is this correct? I just gave sysadmin permissions, right? Is this correct or not? Tell me. You can see there is a mistake in the screen. What is that mistake?
No
Sir,
need to
the
give
security
permission
admin-
as security admin.
Okay. Yes, Vibhuti, you are saying something?
Yes, the security admin should be unchecked.
Yes. Okay. So anyhow, like the Peter is sysadmin. What is the meaning? Okay. There is no meaning of giving security admin to him. Right. So sometimes you can see like this. Okay. Like this, where there is no DBA team. Okay. You can see this kind of adventures and all. You can see, is this correct, guys? Is this
No.
correct? No.
No.
If you have sysadmin, you no need to be part of any other role. Sysadmin can do anything. So if you are a part of sysadmin role, you cannot be added to any other role. Even here, all the roles are selected. In the last case, only security admin is selected. So other than sysadmin, no need to give any role. No need to add any role. Why? Because sysadmin can do anything. Again, there is no meaning of adding that particular person in multiple roles. It will be like this. Is this correct? Is this correct? Guess it, guys.
Yeah,
Is this correct combination?
It is same as a sysadmin. So either sysadmin or all those roles.
Hmm. It's not as same as sysadmin. Okay. So it's not as same as sysadmin. Sysadmin will have some extra permissions also. So this is correct combination. No problem. You can the particular person can be part of all the roles other than sysadmin, or only sysadmin other than all the roles. Of course, except public. Okay, public you cannot uncheck. So this is how generally you have to be very careful. If you
The
see any
public should be checked always.
sorry.
Public role should be checked always.
Yes, Vibhuti. It's by default it will be selected. You cannot unselect. Vibhuti, are you
In case
practicing?
of sysadmin, no sir, actually I am practicing now patching part. Little bit behind this stuff.
Yesterday we discussed just now. Before asking the question, just now I said accept the public where we cannot unselect the public. You will concentrate on your question only. You are not concentrating what I am saying. Okay. So public is by default, everyone will get it. You cannot even unselect public. Even though you are a sysadmin, you cannot unselect public. Okay. Yeah. So yes, guys, this is all about your server roles. But there is a problem with the server roles. Okay. So now imagine if I add Peter, to security admin, whatever permissions are there, Peter will get all the permissions. 16 or 17 permissions are there. If I add Peter to the sysadmin, he'll get all 121 permissions, right? Some of them he might use, some of them he might not use. So this is the challenge. As discussed, we cannot change the permissions. We cannot alter the permissions of any server role. I mean to say, fixed server roles, we cannot alter the permissions. We cannot add extra permissions. We cannot remove the permissions also. Even for group also we'll do like this, guys. If I want to give sysadmin to the whole group, double click on the group, go to server roles, select sysadmin. That's it. Giving permissions to Windows login, SQL login, group login, same as it is. Only the name is going to be changed. That's it. Instead of group, okay, it will be like an individual login name. Okay. So, but process is same. Again, you can see same options. Even though this is a group, this is actually a group, but still the process is same. Like you have to double click on the group, go to server roles and select sysadmin role. Okay. So like this, you can give the access. Now the people of this group are sysadmins. Like we have Anu, we have Anup, and we have Vibhuti. These three people became sysadmin now. If I want to give access to them, I have to give sysadmin to Anu. I have to give separate access to like Anup. I have to give sysadmin to Vibhuti. 3 times I have to give sysadmin access. If I simply give access to the whole group, the people of this group will be immediately become sysadmin, guys. So in this group, imagine in this group, 100 people are there. You have to give sysadmin access for 100 times on 100 logins. But if you create a group login, if you give access to the whole group as a sysadmin, the members that are there in that group will be immediately, they will become sysadmins, guys. So that is the power of the group login. Tomorrow, if a new DBA is joined, we don't do anything from our side. We'll ask that guy to the Windows team, hey, Kumar, imagine Kumar. Tomorrow, Kumar joined in the DBA team as a SQL DBA. So we'll ask Kumar, hey Kumar, in the onboarding steps, onboarding permissions, hey Kumar, please ask Windows team to add you in SQL DBA's group Okay, so when Windows team added Kumar in the SQL DBA group, okay, automatically no need to do anything from our side, guys. Automatically Kumar will get sysadmin access on the server without having our intervention. Why? Because Kumar is part of SQL DBA group. This will be controlled by the Windows team. Windows team added Kumar into the group. So how many people are there in that group? Group is having sysadmin, right? So automatically Kumar will get sysadmin on this particular server. So nothing, no action can be done from our side, guys. Kumar can become a sysadmin. Clear? The advantage of group logins. Is it clear, guys? Right. Okay. So let's go with the customized server role. So what is the problem with the fixed server roles? As discussed, fixed server roles are fixed. The permissions are fixed. I cannot add extra permissions. I cannot delete the existing permissions. But this my requirement is like this. My requirement will be like this. I want some permissions from bulk admin. I want some permissions from DB creator. I want some permissions from disk admin. I want some permissions from process admin. I want some permissions from security admin. So in this scenario, if I am part of security admin, you should have 16 or 17 permissions, but I don't want all permissions, all 16 or 17 I don't want. I want bulk insert from this bulk admin role. I want a DB creator from this DB creator role. I want some like kill permission from this process admin. I can group all the permissions. I can create my own role called customized server role. I can create my own role called customized server role. Okay, guys, is this clear? The fixed server role permissions are fixed. So if you are part of any role, automatically you get all the permissions. But my requirement is like this. I want my own customized permissions. Yesterday I told you, right? If you are ordering pizza in the Swiggy, what you have to do, like you will get a lot of options. Okay, medium pizza, large pizza, small pizza, then onions, then cheese, then butter, whatever it is, a customization will be there. You can add, okay, customization, you can add whatever you want, you can just add it. Okay, and pan pizza and what is that, toasted pizza, something we have customization is there, right? So like this, we can customize our own server role. Whatever permissions are there in the fixed server role, I don't want to use all the fixed server role permissions. I want to create a role where I'll have my own permissions, a group of permissions. I told you, right? Role is nothing but a group of permissions. So I want to create my own server role so that I can add my own permissions or I can delete my own permissions. That is called customized server role. This feature has been introduced from SQL Server 2012. Before SQL Server 2012, there is no customized server role. Okay, so how to do how to create customized server role? Right click on server roles. So if you see here, new server role, okay, new server role, you can select new server role here. Right now you can see here, okay, let me hide this. Yeah, so I can give the name. Okay, so I'm going to give the name as like this, app dev server role. Okay, app dev server role means application developers server role. I'm just giving one name. Generally, if any requirement is there, application team will let you know. They'll raise a request, hey, please create a server role for us, and these are the permissions we need. Okay, so that they'll give the permissions, set of permissions they'll give. So or else they will give the script. You have to simply execute the script to create the server role. But if you want to create it using GUI, okay, so this is the process, guys. Right click on server roles, choose new server role, and you can see permissions here. Okay, endpoint side, if you want any permissions, you can see here. Okay, and you can see logins permissions, you can see servers permissions. See, if you select server permission, you can see here. Okay, now see, I told you, right? Grant with grant deny. Okay, grant with grant deny. Last time we discussed grant means what? What is the meaning of grant, guys?
Allocating permissions.
Yeah, giving permissions is called grant. What is with grant?
he can also allocate some other to
Yes,
that.
we can give same permissions. We can give same permissions to others also. If I have grant select, I can enjoy the permissions. If I have with grant select, I can enjoy the permissions. I can give same select permission to others. What is deny? 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. I'm getting one call. Hello. Yes. Okay. So yeah, grant we have we discussed about grant giving permissions. With the grant means you can enjoy the permissions and you can give same permissions to others also. Deny. What is deny, guys? What is deny? Deny means restricting a person to not to use that particular permission. Restricting a person to not to use that particular permission. Deny is a tricky permission, I'll tell you. So I'll tell you, okay? So deny is nothing but, say for example, deny select, okay? Deny select. So now imagine who can shut down the SQL server? Generally, who can shut down the SQL server, guys? Who can shut down the SQL server? Guys,
DBS and sysadmin privilege.
Sysadmin.
we have
Server
we have two roles. Persons of these two roles can shut down the SQL server. What are the roles?
server admin and sysadmin.
Very good. A person of server admin can shut down the SQL server. A person of sysadmin can shut down the SQL server, right? Very good. Now, if I don't give access to Peter, imagine Peter is a guy. If he's forget about sysadmin, of course he can shut down the SQL server. Forget about sysadmin. If I added Peter to the server admin role, he can shut down the SQL server. Let me check Peter's permission logins. Double click on the Peter and server roles. Now he is a member of security admin. So he cannot shut down the SQL server, right? He is not, yeah, he is a member of sysadmin, right? Let me check, uncheck this as well. So now he is member of just security admin. He is not member of server admin. He is not member of sysadmin. So can Peter shut down the SQL server, right, guys? Can Peter shut down the SQL server?
Yes, yes.
Now, can Peter
No, sir.
shut down the SQL server? No, why? Because he is not a member of server admin. He is not a member of sysadmin. I just opened one query window from Peter. Okay, I am running this query. Execute. It will throw the error. User doesn't have permission to perform this action. Okay, so if he is not a member of server admin or sysadmin, he cannot shut down the SQL server. Very good. So now, if I don't give permissions, he cannot shut down, right? If I give the permissions, he can shut down the SQL server, right? Agreed, guys? Agreed? If I added,
Okay.
if I add Peter to the server admin role, he can shut down the SQL server. Let me show you that as well. Okay, security, logins, double click on Peter and go to server roles and server admin. Okay, click OK, done. Now, if Peter is running the same query, now he can execute this query now. See, server shut down by request from the login Peter. Okay, so now the SQL server is down, guys. If you refresh it, you will get the error. Check here in the services.msc. Check whether SQL server is running or not. See, is it running, guys? No, you can see the status. It's not running. Okay, if you just refresh this, you will get the error. Why? Because even though it's showing play button, you have to refresh actually. Refresh is a command. When the command can run, if SQL server is up and running. If you refresh, as SQL server is down, it cannot run any queries. So you'll get the error now. Chalo. That is one thing. So now if I give permissions to Peter, if I add Peter to server admin, he can shut down the SQL server. If I don't add him to the server admin, he cannot shut down the SQL server. Then what is the deny here? What deny will do here? If you give permissions, it will work. If you don't give, it won't work. Why you have to restrict a person? Are you getting my question, guys? If you give, it will work. If you don't give, it won't work. So why I have to restrict a person in this scenario? What is the use of the deny?
For a particular permission, he will be denied.
That's what. Why? If I don't give particular permission, he cannot execute, right?
So is it due to some by mistake any permission is given and
Very good. Very good. Okay. For example, a new guy joined in the team. He unknowingly he gave access to Peter. Okay. Okay. So what he did is unknowingly a junior joined, I mean like a junior joined in the DBA group. Unknowingly, he just added Peter to the server admin role. Okay. If Peter is part of server admin, he can shut down the SQL server. But I strongly decided Peter cannot shut down the SQL server. I strongly decided this person cannot read my data. This person cannot write my data. This person cannot delete my data. So I strongly decided, and what I did, guys, I gave deny permission. So what will happen if you give deny permission? What will happen if you give deny permission? For shutdown, I am giving deny permission. Shutdown, I am giving deny permission. So what will happen? What is the meaning of that? A person of this role, a person of this particular role, if any person is part of this role, even though he has shutdown permission, as deny is there on him, deny only will work. Again, I am saying deny means if I strongly decided that you cannot use this permission, whether it is a shutdown, whether it is read, whether it is write, whether it is delete, whatever it is, I strongly decided that you cannot do these things. Even though you have permissions, I am blocking him. Even though he has permissions, still I can block him using deny query, deny permission. So now see here. Okay. So now a member of this role cannot shut down the SQL server even though they have permissions to shut down the SQL server. Is this clear, guys? Deny. What is the use of deny? Deny means restricting a person to not to proceed forward any of the permissions, whether it is read or write or okay, delete or shut down, whatever it is. We are not going to allow him to do that. So if I strongly decided to block him, I can simply add him into this particular role. So who are members of this role cannot shut down the SQL server, even though they have shutdown permissions. Even though they have shutdown permissions, they cannot shut down the SQL server. That is the use of the deny. Guys, is this clear? Very simple. Even though you have permissions, still if I want to block you, I can block you using deny. Clear? Everyone?
Sir, if we check both the options, grant and deny,
Just check it. Okay, you have SQL server, right? Try it.
Yes.
Okay, just try to give grant and see now if you are asking me, you cannot check both the options at a time. Okay, but still you can check it. If you click OK, one more option will come. You can check it. Either you can grant or deny. But grant and deny is there. Which one will work, guys? Guys, deny is very powerful permission after sysadmin. The first highest privileged permission in the SQL server is
Peter.
sysadmin. The second highest privileged permission in the SQL server is
Deny.
deny. The second highest powerful permission is deny. Deny versus sysadmin. Now you can ask this question. Shanmukh, he is a member of sysadmin, but deny is selected for shutdown. So whether he can shut down the SQL server or not. Tell me, guys.
He will not able to shut down.
You are a member of sysadmin and deny is selected for shutdown. Okay, you are a member of sysadmin and deny is selected for shutdown permissions. So now tell me, Peter can shut down the SQL server or not?
No, Peter.
no.
He will not be able to shut down. That's restricting.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Everyone, are you sure, guys?
But
Yes,
as per the
sir.
priority, he is having more priority than deny, then he should be able to
That's what
shut
I'm
down.
asking. That's what I'm asking. That's
Peter
what
can
I'm.
make mistake.
Peter can.
Make mistake.
Peter can restart the SQL server.
Peter
Peter
can make
can shut down because sysadmin has more privileges than deny.
So the answer is what we discussed before this discussion, guys. Who is the first privileged highest permission in the SQL server?
Sysadmin.
Next,
Sysadmin.
Deny.
next
Deny.
deny. So tell me now, Peter can shut down the SQL server or not?
According to that, he can shut down the system.
He can
Sir.
shut down. Deny versus sysadmin. Who will win?
Sysadmin.
Sysadmin.
Sysadmin will win. Deny versus any other roles. Who will win?
Deny.
Deny only will win. Deny is the second highest privileged permission. In this scenario, okay, click OK. Now I just created a role, right? I just created a role with a single permission, Now Peter is a part of server admin. So how to add him to this role? When you created any role, automatically that role you can see under server roles. Okay. So now Peter can shut down the SQL server. Just now we have seen that. Now I am just adding Peter to app dev server role. Now he's a member of server admin. Now he's a member of app dev server role. So now I'm clicking OK. Now tell me Peter can shut down the SQL server or not.
No, he will not
No,
able to.
no.
Okay. So he cannot shut down the SQL server. Why? Because in this app dev server role, shutdown permission is denied. So if he is trying to shut down, now execute, see, the connection was broken. This is not actually an error. Why? Because SQL server is restarted, right? So you will get this error after restart. The existing connections and all are disconnected. So if you got this error, you have to simply run it again. Okay. So you have to get the error. What error you have to get it? Why it is again shutting down? Why it is shutting down? He shouldn't be, right? As per our discussion, he shouldn't be. Let me check what went wrong. Okay. Okay, this is the SQL server, right? Okay, let me check. Let me start the SQL server first. There is no query to start the SQL server, guys. Okay, so there is a query to stop the SQL server in the, there is a T-SQL query to stop the SQL server, but there is no T-SQL query to start the SQL server. So let me go to security, logins, Peter, double click, and server roles, server admin, app dev server role. And what we can do, let me go to this app dev server role, server roles, app dev server role. Okay, and general servers. Why it was granted? It should be like denied. I told you, right? Again, two permissions came here. So even though it was granted, I guess it was overwritten. So let me show like this. Okay. So now here you can see shutdown permission is denied, right? Now shutdown permission is granted for SA. So let me click OK now. Okay. Chalo. Now let's try. Okay. So now let's execute this. See here, again execute this. Connection broken error you got. So you have to execute again for this. See, user doesn't have permissions. Peter is a part of server admin. Peter is a part of app dev server role. So you can see here app dev server role. As per this role, shutdown is denied, and as per this role, shutdown is granted. So both is there. So deny versus server admin. So who will win here? Deny versus server admin. Who will win?
Right.
Deny only will win. Deny versus any other role, deny only will win. Okay, deny versus sysadmin, sysadmin will win. Why? Because sysadmin is the first highest privileged permission, and apart from sysadmin, okay, the second highest privileged permission is deny. Deny can deny everyone except sysadmin. Okay. So guys, that is the use of the deny. So like this, you can add some other extra permissions also to the particular server role. This is called customized server role, guys. Okay. So that's it for now, guys. So in the evening session, we'll discuss about the database roles. The evening class will be there. At 7 p.m. we'll connect, 7 p.m. IST will connect, and we'll discuss the database roles. So most probably,
Sir.
yes, tell me.
So in the organization, according to the developer's requirement, we have to create the customized server role.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. They will give all the details, what
They will
permission
give,
they
they will
need.
give what permissions they want, what kind of roles they want. So they will give all the types of inputs. They'll give the name of the role also. So they'll give the permissions of what kind of permissions you have to tag it together. They'll give the permissions also. Based on that, we'll create the server role, customize the server.
So I have some more doubts.
Tell me.
Mm, How can we check memory saturation for SQL Server?
That is not related to our topic. We'll discuss it later. Okay.
Okay.
So that is not a simple question that you asked. Okay. So you have to do a lot of things in the performance tuning that will be discussed. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So Veerabhami asked one question. Sir, after executing the query, which is shut down using deny permission, we got message. The SQL server is terminating the process. So it won't shut down. So the SQL server is terminating the process itself is saying that it is shutting down, Veerabhami. Okay, SQL server is
Okay, sir.
terminating the process means it is going to close all the existing sessions. Okay, so that's why you are getting that message. That is a valid message that you have to get it while shutting down the server. Okay, why? Because while shutting down, it will terminate all the existing sessions, right? So that's why you'll get that message. So that is correct only. There is no wrong in that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Okay, chalo. So that's it for now. So in the evening, we'll connect at 7 p.m. IST and we'll discuss other things, guys. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Shanmukh. Sorry, I missed today's class. Please let me know what I'll cover. Anu, we just covered remaining pending server roles. Okay. So whatever server roles are there, yesterday we discussed it, right? So the pending server roles we covered and we covered customized server role as well. Okay.
Okay, Shanmukh.
Yeah.
Is it possible, like,
I'll
when can
upload. Yeah, I'll
Sure.
upload. I'll upload in 3 hours. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all, guys. Okay, we'll connect in the evening at 7 p.m. IST.